Oh, what's happening, everybody? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm not. This is Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. Koumei, or Koumei, however you say her name, the easy frame. Okay, first off, two things. One, I've been sick for, 3-4 weeks. It's been blurry. I'm not gonna let this thing kill me. I'm just gonna push on, so excuse my shitty voice. I might cough or be gross, but hey, let's do this. Secondly, I'm I'm not complaining about Koumei when I say it sucks that a warframe is based on luck. It's just because my luck is really bad. I've been using it for a couple weeks and I haven't rolled 666 yet. I guess if you're religious, that's not a bad thing. But if you're playing warframe, I would like the max buff. One of my problems. And that's the only bad thing I have to say about her, to be honest. She's fun. She's different. She's easy to get. The quickest foundry time in the history of Warframe, and I think that's a good thing. There's been a lot of indicators that she's a beginner frame, or at least easy to get for beginners. And again, I think that's a good thing. and let's be honest, without a steady influx of new players, us old players would probably play a different game by now. It would be gone. Now, Koumei, the easy frame. Well, she's easy to get and technically, at first glance, easy to mod. But the mods that work best on her aren't the easiest to get. Now, I know I probably murdered her name a few times during this. I'm sorry. I don't even speak English too well. I am really, really bad at enunciating Japanese. Now, Koumei? Koumei is a really good status spreading, crowd control type frame, in my mind. She's meant for really, really, really low levels when you're, a new player and you're struggling, you need to slow or poison the enemy so you can kill them. Or really, really, really high levels and when you're struggling with an enemy that you need to slow or poison so you can kill them. So she's unique because she has a new mechanic. Anytime she does something like abilities, some weapon attacks, sometimes I swear she does it for no reason at all, but when you cast your abilities, she will roll her dice. Now the numbers inside that symbol there, they matter, especially for your third ability, but what we're looking for is 666, the number that I've never rolled. When you roll 666, every ability that you're doing becomes like a super ability. For example, her first ability is her status webs. It takes up an area. How long and how wide, that can be affected by duration mods, but it just takes up an area and infects enemies with status. Now if you roll 666, it's random status per strand. Now if you roll 666, every single strand has every single status. It's just all the status. Her second ability is her lucky lottery ability. That's what I call it, even though I have no luck. I'm gonna explain it, but I've got no footage of. Anyways, her second ability is like the decrees in Undercroft, except you don't get to pick them; they select them for you, and then you do those challenges, and you will get that buff. Now, the longer you're in missions, the stronger she gets. It's one of those things that could be a pain in the ass or could be the game-changing moment if you're hanging out for a while. Now, if you roll 666s, you don't have to do any of the shit the decree wants you to. You don't jump through hoops and kill anybody close or far or anything like that. You just get the decree's bonus. Now, her third ability are her defensive health charms. Now, depending on how high the number is in that dice roll thing is how many charms you're going to get. And each charm has a 50% chance to block the incoming damage and give you health. Now, if you roll 666s, you're just going to be invulnerable for the entire time or entire duration that the charms are circling your ass. Like, I've never gotten that, but it sounds amazing. Now, her fourth ability, I call Pinocchio Land without the magic. They're not real boys. They're not real boys. Sorry about that. They get suspended in the air like puppets. Pinocchio Land. At At 500 base puncture damage, it weakens enemies to whatever status is going on in there, and there's status going on in Pinocchio, and that's part of the damage. And whatever damage you put in there as well, I suggest fire with burns. Now, if you roll triple sixes, the status, they're just more status in Pinocchio land, but the ability is supposed to creep out and envelop enemies behind you. It sounds awesome. Once again, never seen it, but it sounds amazing. And her passive, any melee weapon in her hand has a status effect for 60 seconds, every 60 seconds. So there's just always some sort of extra pain on whatever weapon she's holding. Now I use Koumei as a status spreading, crowd control, health based melee frame. That's why I chose Arcane Reaper, which gives me health every time I'm hacking people to pieces, and that's what I'm doing. And Arcane Blessing is going to add an extra 1200 health when maxed as I pick up health orbs. I think it's like 50 health orbs, and it's not too much of an issue. Growing Power is going to give me an ability boost whenever my weapon causes a status effect, and thanks to her passive ability, that's all the time. So she's, in my mind, a really good melee frame. Now in my build, she's got like no shields. So I use 2 augur mods to increase her shields whenever I cast abilities. Mostly for range and duration, but it's good to have that bonus. Oh boy. And Amar's Hatred is also for some armor. Definitely needed. Some ability strength. Not sure how much that's needed. And the ability to teleport 10 meters while I'm doing heavy attacks in my melee frame, which is, I feel like that's needed, or at least welcome. And of course, I used most of the Archon mods. I didn't use Archon Intensify because it doesn't have any, or she doesn't have any abilities that directly heal her, so I couldn't get the bonus for that mod. But all the other ones, because she spreads toxin, so I also get corrosive. She spreads fire, so that's going to happen twice. That's why I say burn the... Anyways, electricity is going to give me energy, and ice effects is going to make them drop energy orbs, so I can also get energy. It's a lot of passive stuff is just going on here. Now, I kind of feel like she doesn't really need a lot of ability power for her abilities to work. I did try a build where she was max ability power and there wasn't a lot of damage. So when you're seeing my build, you can take Intensify out, slap a former on there and put in primed Vigor or Vigor, I don't know how that's said, or no former, just put normal Vigor or Vigor in there for some extra survivability. Especially if you're a new player, you might want some more shields and health. Now, in my opinion, she's a pretty good frame. You can take her on a steel path. It's a lot of work. Like a lot of work. Just don't go there by yourself. Now, as always, I always say, make this yours. Tweak this. I'm just the idea guy. But in my opinion, she's a pretty good frame. She's pretty unique, and that's a good thing. She's easy to get, which is also a good thing. And all jokes aside, I'm actually not that much of a biased player. For example, I absolutely hate Zephyr. Like she was an ex-girlfriend who ruined my life. I would clean her character slot out with fire. I know that last part doesn't make any sense, but hate is what I want you to feel. Even though I feel this way about Zephyr, I would be crazy not to admit that she is a powerful damage dealing crowd control frame that you can do a bunch of different things with. She's awesome. I hate her, but I respect her. So I think I'm being fair when I say she's pretty good, all things considered. So it is time to wrap this up, go back to bed. I hope this helped. I hope you join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's one way we can talk. Make sure you keep it easy in life. And remember, just keep gaming.